And look at the next section of the exam, which is the clinical component, the visual component. Each of these boxes is a segment of the exam that the technician will usually complete. There are extra features in here that allow you to quickly view other portions that may interest you specifically. For instance, the current glasses prescription, what is the manifest, autorefraction, the wet refraction, how was that done, and there's a contact lens module. And there are other sundries of data points: pinhole, PAM, laser interferometry, BAT, keratometry reading, axial length, all the measurements needed for cataract surgery that you might take in the office. And this is an overview of all the visual acuities for each of the different types of refraction that we do. You can close any of these that you don't use, and every time you close one, the preference is set. So for instance, if you're a contact lens dispenser, you always want that there. Each and every subsequent time you pull up a chart or a patient, all of these frames of refraction will show. If you don't ever do contact lenses, you simply click that and it will never show. If you don't want to see these additional data points, you can delete them as well. The autorefraction manifest, same deal. These have to be filled in automatically. They do not connect yet to the device. Notice they're in yellow, which means they are visible, and that's just to remind you of your preferences next time around. If you put in a measurement for acuity, say 20/20 -2, or if you're using logarithmic scale, you simply put in the denominator portion here. The change is immediately sent to the server when you leave that field. It'll tab off of it. If you look under the visual acuities for that segment now in this chart, you'll notice the autorefraction right eye is 20/20 -2. That was automatically added. You can hide all of your preferred data points just simply for clarity and the cleanliness of the view if you don't need the refraction information at that time, by simply pressing that button, and then they'll reappear, whatever your preferences are. If you want to quickly see the different visual acuities, you can click here, and this alternates these three: autorefraction, manifest, cycloplegic, with, without correction, with, and pinhole. These are the more normal ones that you might have, but if you're looking at the others, you can quickly see those there. The tensions, there's three ways to document that in OpenEMR. The time is automatically set. If you use applanation, it's AP, tonal pen, or finger tension. If you leave the field, it's yellow, then it turns blue. It automatically tabs to the corresponding opposite eye. Amsler grids, this is a mouse-driven, or if you have a touchscreen-driven event. I scale them from 0 to 5, and these are simple representations of the severity or varying degrees of central scotoma that somebody may be experiencing. If there's just a little bit of waviness, and these get stored and recorded in both numeric and digital format. Visual fields, are they full to confrontation? If they are, you simply check that. If not, you simply check the zone that's not clear. So here's a person who has a hemianopia. Or you can clear that finger tension. Field's full to count fingers. The pupil exam, the pupil has the normal size and how dim does it go with light, how reactive, how quickly does it do it on a scale of 4, and is there or is there not an APD? If you need dim pupils, there is a mechanism for doing that, looking for Horner syndrome or Adie's syndrome, and this allows you to document what the pupils are in dim illumination, and any comments that you might have, such as response to dilute pilocarpine or topical cocaine. This will lead to a graph. It doesn't today, but it will eventually lead to a graph to show the IOPs over time. Again, click normal, it wipes those back out. And a couple other things, the visual acuity. Some people work in minus cylinder, Some people work in plus cylinder, and over time, the system learns what you do. For instance, if this person is a +3 hyperope with cylinder, I can type in the 125 in cylinder, and it's automatically a plus is added to that sign because the preference for this doc is plus cylinder. If he changes this, we know the preference is automatically changed. So this person now will automatically, if we have over here another, let's say -3, and there's one cylinder, one diopter of cylinder, it automatically goes to a minus because that was the preference that the person set once you changed it. Prism can be base up, base down, base out. What the acuity is, whatever acuity that you measure here, 2025 -2, tab off or change that field. It's automatically added here. The current wearing RX is added here, and it's added up here as well. So again, you can see what your acuities are quickly in that mode or in detail using the refractions themselves. It could be a single vision, bifocal, trifocal, or progressive, Verilux, coats, whatever you want to put on there. And if you want to actually print that prescription, you just click that button and a page comes up to print. Same thing with each of these. The contact lens, you need to add in your list of manufacturers, your suppliers, and the different brands into the database. Right now we have only a couple in there, Bausch & Lomb, supplier ABB, we'll do AccuView. So whatever the prescription is, base curve diameter, and whether or not it's a bifocal, and what their acuity is added into that frame. So let's close out of that. We can close simply by hitting Vision, and that completes the technician portion